and welcome back to the Fixing Football podcast with your original host. It's me, myself, MLN the DJ, Martyn Naylor, whatever you want to call me. I don't care at this point. And I'm here with Liam O'Meara. Liam, it's good to be back, mate. How are you?
Very good, mate. Very good. I can't start calling you MLN the DJ. It's taken me 2 years to switch to Martyn.
MLN the DJ as well is just a handy.
No, it makes sense. No, it makes sense, and obviously, it's all taken off that now. But I'm just saying, having Scott on here made me have to change from Naylor to Martyn, and that was a good 20 years of calling you Naylor. 30 years of calling you Naylor.
Long time, and it's weird when Scott's mates call him Naylor, and I'm like, hey, whoa.
Who is Naylor?
Yeah. Apologies for the voice. I've got some child lurgy going on because kids are just nightmares and messy and disgusting. Give you all sorts of death. But yeah, you're right. The DJing world is taking off a little bit. The response to the single Dance With Me has been great. So thank you everyone who's been listening and streaming stuff. I've had some great messages, people listening all over the world, which is cool. Some really, heartfelt messages such as WD, which is always nice to get from friends. I'm almost certain I know what it means, but I'm not going to jump to any conclusions because I've been caught before. But yeah, the response has been great. So you'll know, Liam, obviously, Bolton Wanderers, I had the song played at the stadium this weekend.
I was there, cool. I heard it.
And we could get into Bolton Wanderers a little bit right now because it was an eventful weekend.
Well, I didn't see it. I was one of the many that walked out. And I'll tell you the truth, right? I'm not someone who walks out of games a lot. I'm not like, oh, this is done, it's over. But I'll be honest, it felt like we had no chance. It honestly, I left at about the 86th minute. It wasn't early.
All right, I was telling you.
Yeah, it was really late. And it was all Wickham. We weren't pushing forward at all.
So what? Just for people who don't follow League One, it was 2-0 at half time.
Yes.
Some inspiration must have come from somewhere for these players because the final score was Bolton Wanderers 3, Wickham 2.
Yes, outrageous. Like I say, I left at 86th minute. We were losing 2-0, and we looked beaten. Like Wickham were a good side, and in their own playoff push. And it looked like they'd done a good job on us. I was thinking it's first defeat in 11. I wasn't fuming. You're going to lose games eventually. So it was just one of those, we've been done. Let's go to the pub. And between leaving the stadium and getting home, we'd scored 3 goals. 88, 90 plus 1, and 90 plus 5 winner by Corey Blackett-Taylor. And what a goal, by the way. To win
Great
it.
Goal. Yeah.
And he has been a revelation, actually, since we signed him on loan from Derby. So
he's come in and sort of taken the, what's the role, the other double barrel?
Causey Dubry. Yes.
Yeah. He's going to be out for the season, though.
No, he's back, like they say now, back on the grass. So he is slotted in to return in April. So could be very much part of a playoff push. Well, not push, but a playoff campaign. I think I don't like to count chickens before they've hatched and all that, but I reckon we might be okay for the playoffs. So having him back could make a real difference for that.
So, like yourself and the rest of the Bolton Wanderers fans out there, you're welcome.
Of course, yeah.
So
the single only reason, yeah.
The only reason the Bolton Wanderers won was because of my song.
Yeah, and I suppose I owe you thanks, don't I? I don't think I thanked you yet. You have mentioned it.
No, you've held back.
No, I have held back. So on behalf of all Bolton Wanderers fans, mine, and lovers of dance music, I just wanted to thank you for your first single, "Dance With Me," available on all good streaming platforms.
It is. Thank you. Right, because we live in a stupid world with wars and rising prices.
Martin Keown
literally dominating the airwaves these days, along with Gary Neville and any other one who wants to draw you in with some clickbait. We're just going to get ChatGPT to do all the hard work for us. No one's fucking listening anyway, so it doesn't matter. There's only Ash's mum out there who's cool, Everyone else is an idiot. And if you are listening and you're not being cool and subscribing and stuff, then I don't want you to listen anymore.
And we're still
Do
not really sure if Ash's mum is a bot or not. We're still not really. I mean, we think not, no, but I'm
convinced it's a beautiful lady.
Okay.
Of Canadian descent and poor choice in football club. But
West
you have your
Ham,
own
isn't
opinions
it?
to make.
West Ham.
You're a lot more sceptical. Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, fair enough. Up the hammers.
You're a lot more sceptical than me. But even so, I don't care anymore. I'm just going to do this for me. And then if people want to listen, they can. Fuck them.
That's been my view for a while, but let's get stuck in.
That's the attitude I've got with the music now. So I might as well have it with the podcast. I don't care if you listen or not. That's what I'm saying. So, what I've done in this world of AI, I've got ChatGPT to list the 10 to 15 hottest burning topics around football.
And it ranked? Is it ranked?
Nah.
Ah, okay.
I'm just going to handpick a good chunk
Can I
of
pick
these.
a number?
Yeah, well, let's do that.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Sorry, everyone.
And then I've not stopped there. We can all make a list. I've got ChatGPT to fix it for us as well. Come up with a plan, let us know what's going on, and give us a fix. And then we'll just debate the fix. And then we'll work it out that way.
Probably could have done this 2 years ago, couldn't we, really?
This should have been the start and finish. First and last episode, one off.
Yeah. That's what Matt Goldbridge did when he did it.
I'm going to start with number 1. And I'll let you take the reins. So I'm just going to put them to you, and then we'll just discuss and see how it goes. We'll go for 20 minutes, have a break, come for another 20 minutes. If people are liking and subscribing, who cares? Number 1, what happens with Manchester City's 115 charges? I like ChatGPT.
Wow, right, okay, straight away.
Proposed fix. Introduce automatic sporting penalties for financial breaches rather than long legal battles.
Well, it sounds good, doesn't it? But it's just not really how the world works, that I would say.
It's hard to fix that now.
I think that, theoretically, that is what the Premier League want to do, isn't it? It's just whether the independent commission agrees that they've breached the rules. I think that's, and essentially we wait for that decision. That's kind of what the system is, really. It's just a lot of charges to go through.
I've heard that there's like
allegedly
1 million pages of documentation that the people have had to go through. Debate. So ChatGPT has also given us a debate angle
of this.
Should financial cheating result in relegation or stripped titles, or should punishment only apply to the current season? The thing with the Man City one is that it's for the seasons. Correct me if I'm wrong, but 2009 to 2015 or something along them lines.
I mean, yeah, it's around that time.
So
give or take.
But by best guesses from pundits and financial experts that we hear of these days, that it's going to be one significant punishment, probably followed up with an appeal and another 18 months worth of court cases, and God knows what else is going to follow from this. So, I mean, it's hard to say because all the other financial penalties we've seen and points deductions have been for breaches within that period of FFP, where this one has been a retroactive event. By all accounts, the harshest charge that Man City have got is fraud more than anything.
Allegedly. They do not be found guilty of anything, Martyn.
Listen, I don't care. I hope Man City take us to a legal battle. It might get us some more listeners. So I'm fucking done with this shit. Let's stop dancing around the fact that Man City have been financially doping, allegedly, the league all this time. And they wouldn't be where they are now without them years of alleged financial doping. So what are we doing here?
Okay.
What are we doing?
So, should they be stripped of titles? This is an interesting one that no one seems to really talk about that much, as if it doesn't matter. And I remember it with Rangers. This was a big thing with Rangers, wasn't it, at the time? And there was a lot more talked about it with them. And they
Juventus as
yeah,
well.
they weren't stripped to the titles. And I absolutely think you should be, by the way. Because ultimately,
But then retrospectively awarded to Liverpool,
whoever
Man
was
United,
second,
and whoever
whoever
else
was
is.
second, yeah. Because but then
Go on.
I suppose it's messy.
The thing with it,
yeah, because then you're like,
it gets so messy because then if they don't win the league that year, you can't say where they finish. You just assume that they're not there. So all them teams who missed out on Champions League places, the teams who got relegated because of it, this is it. It gets so messy in this period that I think that's why I think factually all we can say is they broke the rules and this is their punishment now.
Every Premier League place is worth about £3 million. And that's before you start figuring out Champions League qualifications, which some teams may have missed out on. So, and there is
I'm sure
precedence.
we'd be one of them in that period. Yeah.
There is precedence for this kind of legal action. If you look at Sheffield United and with West Ham,
yeah.
So there is precedence. So that's what makes it so difficult with regards to how getting this right. So the reason it's taken so long, it is frustrating because I just don't see it. The world seems to be carrying on in like a weird sort of variant way of like Man City going out spending 70 million on Doku or Savinho, and it's like, is this not coming up? Like if I was like Semenyo, I'd be like,
contract,
what's going on with that? Oh, don't worry about that. Oh, okay then, yeah, all right. I'm now reassured. Like it's just mad. I think how the world sort of just carries on regardless. But in terms of fixes, that what ChatGPT has recommended is kind of what's happening. It's just so vast and big. That's what it is. I suppose the issue is when it's like with Everton's, where it was like 2 in the same year because of the timing of when the accounts were put through. But they seem, I think they've ironed that out a little bit since off the back. Sometimes things have to happen for you to learn from them.
Yeah.
And the idea is that no one breaks the rules. That is kind of the idea. It's not. It's not the Premier League's fault. Everton broke the rules like that. The idea is that you don't break them.
I'm interested to see from next season how the rules change, how they work, and how teams are ultimately manipulating them, which is what they always seemingly find a way to do. So we'll see. I'm going to move on. Liam, pick a number. It's all yours.
I'm going to go, what is it, 1 to 15?
Yeah.
11.
Number 11. Is the football calendar overloaded?
Yes.
Is it? It's a hot topic. Proposed fix. Introduce a mandatory off-season of 8 weeks with no competitive matches. How'd you do that, ChatGPT?
Yeah, yeah. It's a bit simplistic. The truth is with this one is, there isn't really, we've talked about this one we've actually had this episode quite a few times, I think. It's probably one of the things we've talked about the most. It is such a hot topic.
Yeah.
It's a very hard thing to fix because ultimately it's down to the players, isn't it?
As far as I know, I believe players, much like most salaried jobs, require, like 4 weeks off around that amount of time. 4 working weeks to 25 days, whatever it works out. You require that off. Now, most of the players get that in one lump, in summer.
Yeah.
Rather than
and also,
throughout the season.
They don't train every day, do they? You could say that's a day off, couldn't you? Like, they're playing on the Sunday, then they're off on the Monday. Because that's a day off, couldn't they? I don't know. I just think I think this one's up to the players themselves. Only the players can really fix this.
Debate angle.
Here we go.
Will players eventually strike or unionise over the workload?
They're already in unions. So
yeah, well, the PFA
and there's a
is
FIFA one, isn't there? Was it FIFA Pro as well? I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah,
this is kind of going on already in the background, isn't it? This kind of stuff over the Club World Cup and stuff like that.
Rodri spoke about it, didn't he, about 2 years ago? And you know what? Years and years ago, I'm sure Fabregas mentioned the same thing. And obviously, the schedule's just blown up even more.
The thing
since
is
then.
with Rodri, right? He's still coming back from an injury. There's no way he turns around and says to Spain, "I don't want to play at the World Cup." And ultimately, he has that ability to do that. He could say no. He could have said no to the Club World Cup, but he won't.
Yeah.
And that it's led by them. It really there's nothing else will stop it other than not essentially what they want is they don't want to play against Man City. Rodri doesn't want to play away at Mansfield, does he? In the League Cup. What he does want to do is play. He'd want to play tomorrow or Wednesday, whenever it is, when it's Real Madrid are in town.
Yeah, and for one of the big two in Spain or the big three, you get that. Like you would often see Messi or Ronaldinho or Benzema or Ronaldo being rested for the odd game and just not even come on. You'd often see Messi, Neymar and Suarez on the bench
100%.
away at home to Getafe or someone like. I'm just picking a name out, but whatever.
It's funny though, isn't it? Because I've heard, like you had, I've listened to a bit of TalkSport today, and a lot of the criticism was at Fulham today, weren't they, for rotating 9 players, getting knocked out when they're mid-table in the league.
Right.
But ultimately, and I'm not digging out Martin Keown. It's just I know for a fact he is someone who proponents that there is too many games, they're playing too many games. But ultimately today he's turning around and said they've wasted an opportunity there, Fulham, by resting 9 players. So ultimately it's one of those things people they say they want it, but push comes to shove. They don't.
Priority's different. Yeah. Right. Debated.
Yeah.
Fixed. Who knows?
Players, up to you, Rodri. Don't want to play, just don't play. No one's holding a gun to your head, mate.
Pick a number. Unless you want us to, because I'm fucking thinking about it.
All right, 6.
6. Is fan behaviour getting worse?
This is a really hot topic after this weekend.
Super hot. Proposed fix. Adopt club accountability models where teams face points deduction for repeated crowd violence. They haven't done the points one yet for clubs, but there has been fines and there has been, sanctions about crowds coming in.
Especially, let's talk about the big one from the weekend. Obviously,
for those who don't know, there's
Firm.
a big old brawl at the Old Firm this weekend. I didn't see what started it. You might be able to fill me in a little bit. I just saw pictures.
What started it was winning. So Celtic have won the game on a really dire game. But let's set the scene, actually, for those that don't follow Scottish football a lot.
Cup match?
Yeah, cup quarter-final. But interestingly, what made this unique was, for those that don't know, there have been sanctions up there for quite some time regarding away fans attending Old Firm games. And it's only really in the last 12 months that they've started, and it's been very small attendances. This was the first time, because the cup allocations and Rangers obliged it, where there was a pretty hefty Celtic following behind the goal, akin to the Old Firms that we sort of grew up on.
Right, okay.
Game was horrendous. 0-0. I don't think Celtic had a shot on target. I think Rangers had 1 all game through extra time. Celtic won 4-2 on penalties.
Right,
and there's been encroachment on the pitch by some Celtic fans celebrating with the team, which is then
prompted the Rangers.
And then then you've had a bit of a to and fro with flares, because obviously they take them in to celebrate goals and no goals were scored, and a few little flashpoints, I would say, but it kind of could have been worse. I don't want to play it down because it was bad, but it felt like it could have gone a lot worse than how the two sets of hands didn't meet on the pitch, really.
Yeah.
Because of the great work from stewarding / not actually, people actually thinking that might actually be a bad idea to do that.
Apart from the viral head kick in the middle of the pitch.
Yeah. There was the odd little, well, not little. There was, it's probably a crime that. So there has been, I'm not going to play down that, but I felt like it got away with one. But is it getting worse? I think so. I think it's been bad since COVID, I would say. Particularly in Scotland.
Do you?
Yeah, particularly in Scotland.
Scotland, maybe. I don't think it is getting worse in the Premier League at all. If anything, it's probably getting better. To me.
The Premier League is...
I don't know.
The Premier League's pretty good, I would say, in terms of fan behaviour.
It's been a while since we've seen anything of note like that. Much like the... people might have seen on social media this week the match in Brazil that had 23 straight red cards in the 91st minute.
I've seen the image, the still image. I know Scott shared it in our WhatsApp group.
Oh, 21 red cards. There's only one person who made it out alive.
That's all I've seen, to be completely honest. But yeah. So is it getting worse in Scotland? Yes. Everywhere else, maybe not really.
Yeah, I think a little bit sanitised now. But a fix for that, adopting club accountability models where teams face points deductions. What do you think of that? It's the next step in it, really. If things continue to get worse,
it feels harsh. I think what they did before worked. Although when you've opened up, we've got the same problem again. But but the sanctions did. I think the whole end for Celtic was a little bit much. I think they got that wrong. They went too big too soon, I think, with that.
Yeah. Fair. Okay. Pick a number. We'll do one more and then we'll have a break.
3.
Number 3.
Don't like this one. Is it Martin Keown?
No. Is the Premier League becoming financially unstable? We've revisited this a few times. Proposed fix. Introduce ticket price caps tied to broadcast revenue growth.
Well, it's not really.
ChatGPT.
The Premier League isn't really financially unstable, is it? It's everything else. The Premier League's financially amazing.
Yeah. It's fucking me. It's financially unstable.
Yeah.
Trying to go to a match.
Yeah. In terms of ticket prices, yeah, there are. I don't think it's true of all clubs either, though. I think there is. It's the classic. The clubs
in the Premier League, I would say it is.
Is it?
I think so.
How's your ticket City? No. I mean, could I get? I don't want to be the guy saying empty seats at the Etihad, but could I get a ticket for Manchester City for Real Madrid? Is it next week that?
Potentially.
Could I go to that if I wanted to?
Do you know what? I reckon you can right now.
Manchester City.
Let's ask our faithful friends, the internet.
Yes, where we do all our checking for.
And this is Ticket Direct, by the way.
Yeah. I'm not going to say like on StubHub.
Not a reseller.
Buy official tickets, men's tickets. Real Madrid versus Manchester City. Oh, it's more info. And that's Real Madrid. That's why. Yeah, buy now.
Is this for Manchester City at home to Real Madrid?
Yeah, buy now.
Next week. That's incredible.
They are. Let's have a look. It's restricted. They're not sold out, but it is restricted to certain members.
Oh, okay, right. So,
but
it's incredible though that.
Yeah, they go on open sale. But they went on sale on Thursday, and
Not being funny, it's fun to make fun of Man City because they're a hateful club with no soul. But the following that they have is pure. It's like they have a digital following and not a real fan base. And I know the people who are going to get angry at that are the real fan base, and I apologise because there's a good section of you who are diehard fans. But on the scale of the big clubs in world football, while you've done it all on the pitch, off the pitch, there's just so far to go. In that sense, isn't there?
It's a tourist element now. They're very much trying to cash in on the Manchester tourism, football tourism. Martin, there's a ticket. There is a ticket available, right? An adult ticket direct from club, £37.50. Manchester City versus Real Madrid.
All right, but Man City might be the exception to the rule here because they do not sell out almost any game. And this is the most successful team of the last 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
It's been since their ownership has been in place, they've been the most successful club. And it's... Yeah, they might be the exception to the rule here. If you go for the equivalent Chelsea fixture, which will be... And I know there's London prices and you want to say whatever else, but Chelsea may be the only other team who've been equally successful in that time in terms of trophy numbers.
Yeah. I mean, I think actually Chelsea have been, depending on how you measure it, the more successful club of this millennium, aren't they?
Maybe since 2000 or something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be this millennium.
Yes, that
yeah,
would.
right?
Thank you for that clarification. But yes,
Mill.
yeah, it's very but just the tapping into it. I mean, we both spend a lot of time in Manchester. It very much is the tourism element. It's all done as packages, and you see a lot of Bolton as well. It's the same fan. They'll do a Saturday at Bolton, and
Yeah.
it's weird.
The Sunday at City.
It's
or
really
Liverpool
weird.
or
It must be
something
like like we get so many like German and Polish fans at Bolton games now, and it's because they're doing Man City as like a
Scandinavian's a big one.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of Swedish and Norwegian fans at the Manchester clubs in Liverpool because, they used to be following. You used to get fans come from like Germany to follow a certain player or Norway to follow a certain player or something, but now they just do. Yeah, they'll do Bolton and Man United games.
And Stag dudes, like you see so many of them. Like, it's good in ways. Bolton are doing quite well off it. I'd say there's a good few hundred every game now.
Right.
What was the problem there?
So,
tickets.
Debate angle. Yeah, I mean, ChatGPT is not doing great here. I'm gonna have to have a
They
look
have
at it
capped
in
the
the
away
break.
fans. The away fans are capped in the Premier League. Do you cap
For now?
the home fans? I think it's quite hard, isn't it? I think it's quite a hard thing to do because ultimately clubs should be able to set their own ticket prices. I suppose it is free market economy and all that, but it does. There should always be a certain section available. I think.
Yeah.
To it.
Okay. Right. Well, let's wrap this first half up. We got got through some good stuff there.
We're running out of episodes if we go through all these. Like,
no, we're just doing quick fix. This is just ChatGPT. We're not fixing anything. This is just what AI says because who the fuck knows anything more than what AI knows?
Well, to be fair,
we're just idiots.
That's what it's like talking to people now.
Yeah, you have to debate everything. Is this AI? Is this could just be some dog barking, basically, and I'm just translating it into a humanoid feature. Who fucking knows? Go and download my new single. It's on Apple and Spotify, and put it on your TikToks and your Instagrams. It's that MLN, the DJ. You can find all that stuff. Dance with me. I'll see you in a minute. And we are back for part 2 of ChatGPT Saving Football. Who knows? That might be the new title of this podcast. Who knows where this thing's going to go these days? Liam, I've got one for you. I'm going to pick one. This, it's one of your favourite topics. Are Arsenal finally going to win the Premier League?
Is that? Ah, okay. Was that in the list?
By the way, number 2 on the list.
Is that of a big issue in football? I agree.
Hottest topics.
Oh, hottest topics. Are Arsenal going to win the league? Yes, probably.
Proposed answer? Yes, because the squad depth and structure now resemble title-winning teams. Not that I haven't been saying that for a long time. Not just a great starting 11. Debate angle. Have Arsenal truly become elite again, or are they simply benefiting from Manchester City and Liverpool's transitional periods?
Okay, we'll take the second one first because it's more interesting. I think we agreed that they're likely to win. I think most people would call them favourites, wouldn't they? So I think that bit everyone will agree with. I think.
Yeah.
Are they elite now, or just benefiting from a drop? I think they've been elite for a long time. I think they've been elite for 2 or 3 years. Getting over the line is a different thing. Were they a contender for winning the Champions League and the league last year? Yeah, definitely. And I actually thought last year they would win the Champions League, to be honest. So, no, I think
PSG
it's
in the semis, weren't it?
Yeah, I think it's unfair to say they benefited from a drop-off because that they were up there with City when City were good. Just not quite beating City doesn't mean you're not elite. Those years where Liverpool and City were the top 2, I considered both of them to be 2 of the greatest teams ever. Doesn't mean just because Liverpool came second didn't mean that they weren't brilliant, and they won the Champions League in that period. So
I think that's the difference between when you compare Liverpool and Arsenal is that they did get that over the line in that time. Prior to then going on winning.
At the moment, I would say, I'd be surprised if Arsenal. I think the league's. I don't want to say it's done because it's not done, but find that hard to think of a version of events where they don't win the Premier League. But
yeah, I'm confident now. That result last week where we beat Brighton and City drew at home to Forest was massive, I thought. It was like really big. And you could see Pep's losing his head.
I just don't think they're as good as you. I think City are having a very good year. I think they're outperforming what I think they are. But I just think you're
maybe right.
I think you're better than them, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that simple.
Their fixtures are incredible. If they somehow manage to get past Real Madrid, which I don't think they're going to this time, they've sort of had their number over the last couple of years. They seem to play them every season. And it's 6 of the last 7 Champions League campaigns they've played.
Yeah, Real Madrid's form isn't great, though, at the moment.
It isn't. But again, neither City's, so we don't know.
No,
City only like to turn up against Newcastle for some reason.
I think in the first leg, you've got no Mbappe, no Rodrigo. Well, Rodrigo's out for a long time, isn't he?
Yeah.
So there's a few missing players there.
Interesting.
And no Bellingham as well.
But then, if they get through that, they've got, tough fixtures against Liverpool, the cup final against us, and then they'll go into April where if they do get through Real Madrid, it'll probably be Bayern Munich in the next phase of the Champions League, and then us in the league. Like, they've got a real tough run of fixtures just in every competition all over the Liverpool in the cup as well.
And whilst they've got depth, it's not quite the same depth you've got. Look, and I just think they've suffered, and it's mad saying this about Man City, but they've suffered from poor recruitment for a long time. For me, they've gone and bought second-rate players for quite a while. They focus too much on the squad rather than the players that can come in and be in the first 11, which I don't know when they made that switch. It's very weird. It sort of happened slowly. It's sort of one of those. It was one of those things that you don't realise until after it. You didn't look at each of these signings and go, "That's a bad sign," because they seem to be buying players at good prices, but they're not match-winning Premier League players. Like Ryan Cherky's a very, very fantastic, beautiful footballer to watch, but he's not walked in the team and started 20 assists, 20 goals. It's not. They're not getting that kind of player in.
The same with like Marmoush and Savinho, and like I said, even going back, Doc, who's been there 3 seasons now, maybe.
Marmoush was 70 million.
Yeah, I'd like Marmoush the bits I've seen, but it's like it's getting him in. And then even you look at someone like Phil Foden, who's been around the team for what seems like 20 years now, and he's still in and out a little bit. I think he drifts in and out of form a lot. He'll have a patch of maybe 5 or 6 games where you think, oh, he's stepping on it now.
Funny one, Phil
Foden.
Not around. He's got 30 Premier League titles to his name. And which one of them was he the main man for?
0 is the answer. But not that he's not key in them, them squads and stuff. And yeah, weird one. I think you're right. I think what we did well with our recruitment is not just get these bar raising signings, but the floor raising signings is continually bring the floor up of the squad, where you're not relying too much on like an academy prospect like a Max Dowman or Ethan Ranieri is third choice rather than the automatic backup second choice now.
Von Dowman, just watching that
Special
game,
kid.
he has to be playing football. He's just too good to not be playing.
He's a special footballer, that lad. Yeah.
What do you do with him though? Because you can't play him in. You can't say go and play in the lower leagues because that won't do him any good.
Seeing enough of him and what I saw, I don't know if you remember a period last season when Ethan Ranieri came in when Saka was injured and he
good.
played. He was good, but he started about 7 or 8 games in a row and he could not do 90 minutes. You think as a 17-year-old fresh kid coming in, but this is a real strong man's game at the moment. The Premier League is so physical that he was really done in, and he's a very talented footballer, but that you have to have that gas, and I think looking after that will be, because we've seen it with talents before, like Nwaneri, that we have to learn from that and not gas this kid out too quick.
Is that why you think Arsenal chose to send Nwaneri to France rather than Championship, for example.
Yeah, I think he needs to be playing at a good level, and
At the top
you'd
end of the
argue
league,
that,
if you will.
yeah, I think so. I think he needs to have that space and that freedom, and not be looking over his shoulder of fear of, like we've done it where we've sent players on loan to like a Southampton before and then get relegated. I don't think that does anything for them. I don't think getting minutes at a team where you're struggling every week is good for you. That's why I've always been a big fan of sending kids abroad for a year. That took a weird turn. Do you want to? In fact, Liam, you had something for me, a bot to discuss.
Yes. So my favourite thing, I think, like every single football fan at the moment, is the absolute holy show at Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh, it's my favourite soap. It's one of my favourite things to watch.
It was compelling viewing. Was it last Monday? That was in the Monday night game?
Yes, it was.
No,
yeah.
it was Thursday. No, because they put them on their own, didn't they? They were on their own on the Thursday game.
Yeah.
So everyone had a front row seat. There was no match choice for this one.
No hiding.
No hiding at all. Wow. So again, for those who, I mean, I'm assuming you must like football if you are listening to this podcast. Certainly, 40 odd minutes in, you must at least you must at least like football a bit to know what happened to Tottenham Hotspur on Thursday night with a 3-1 home defeat. Crystal Palace still winless this year, this calendar year. The only team with a worse record than them is Sheffield Wednesday.
That's its own episode, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, we don't know. I don't know if we have the ability to cover what Sheffield Wednesday. I don't know if we're serious enough to cover Sheffield Wednesday. We've kind of danced around wondering when we're going to do that one. Anyway, sorry, Sheffield Wednesday fans. So, but we're going to focus on funny, and today we're going to talk about Tottenham. So we've done a little bit of a ChatGPT experiment as to are Tottenham Hotspur going to be relegated. So what do you think, Martyn? So there's 4 teams. We picked 4 teams, didn't we? Well, I did.
So it'll be we're saying so this is us considering that Burnley and Wolves are going to be relegated, and it is one of West Ham, Spurs, Nottingham Forest, and Leeds.
Yes.
Now, honestly, right now, I do think Spurs are going to get relegated. The only hope that I saw for them is after that Crystal Palace game, them cutting the ties really early with Igor Tudor and getting in the Hail Mary, Harry Redknapp.
Do you think that's who they go? Do you think that's the Hail Mary they do? Do you think it was Tim Sherwood in my head? I just think Harry Redknapp's too far away from the game.
Tim Sherwood put his hat in the mix. Either or.
Yeah.
It's same, really.
I've seen Ryan Mason shouted as well. I feel like that's not enough. That's not really a Hail Mary. That's like a Mary Magdalene. It's not. Yeah, I think it needs to be Tim Sherwood, I think. Or Harry Redknapp. I don't know if Harry's up to it, to be honest.
He says he is, but again, that's another conversation. It doesn't look like that's happening. And is Igor Tudor going to be the man to take Spurs down? I mean, as an Arsenal fan, I don't want Spurs to get relegated, really. I enjoy the derby, but it would be extra funny. It would make our season like...
It'd only be 1 year, because they would absolutely cakewalk the Championship. So let's not pretend that they would get...
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I know the Championship, they like to say how much of a tough league it is. I'm not wrong. For like a Bolton type, yeah, it is tough. But for a Tottenham Hotspur, they would get 1 million goals. Like, it would be ridiculous.
Tell me what ChatGPT is saying then.
So, firstly, we compared the fixtures, and we asked them who do they think has got the hardest run. So
get closer to your mic.
Yes, sorry, mine. They think that Leeds have the easiest run of fixtures, and Leeds are the team that are on the most points at the moment.
Yeah.
But they think West Ham do face the hardest. So West Ham, despite their little upturn in form, as of late, they still have the hardest running of the 4. Although Tottenham do have some teams that maybe would enjoy playing against them a little bit more.
Well, that was the talk that Chelsea could be the team to relegate them.
This is it, yeah. And I do think that this is a big part of this. The idea of teams really wanting to twist a knife in on Spurs.
I think it's hilarious.
A unique club that we were talking about maybe before the start of the podcast, a team that everyone hates. Particularly London teams seem to hate the most.
Yeah. My theory is that a little bit like us when the early Emirates years, when we had a big shiny new stadium, but maybe not a shiny new squad, and we were a bit flimsy and we were easy headline fodder for a Stoke or a Wigan away or something like that, where you would find us on TV in these Thursday slots or a Saturday afternoon that were prime viewing for a big upset. And because we are in inverted commas, a big six club, like Spurs claim to be, that it was fun viewing and great entertainment. And I feel like Spurs are the butt of it without the backbone of, maybe a little bit of strength that we actually had in that time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a different level, I think, in terms of what's going on at the moment. Quite literally, I've never seen anything as bad. So let's get to it anyway. GPT, unfortunately, thinks that Tottenham will stay up. On the base, they think they're going to get 11 points between now and the end of the season. So I've asked it a further question just while I was looking in, because it made them like, where? So I've asked them, where do they think they're going to get 11 points from? So they think they'll get,
list these fixtures and just list them out and go point,
it's already wrong.
Point, whatever.
It's already, this is the problem with ChatGPT, isn't it? Ultimately, it's wrong, because it thinks ChatGPT thinks that Spurs will beat Crystal Palace at home. We already know that's not the case, so we can take 3 points off them straight away there.
Fine, okay.
Then they have got Nottingham Forest at home coming up, which is a massive game. And they think they'll win that.
By the way, Forest was so good against Man City. Like I'm very thankful for it. But I watched the extended highlights back afterwards, and they were great. They were great against us when we went to the City Ground. I think that's the name of the stadium.
They've just had they've had a very strange year, coping with Europe as well.
Yeah, a really strange year. They were fucking rabid against us. It was hard work.
Well,
it was hard work to.
That was the best under Nuno, wasn't it? That just aggression all over the pitch. And losing, I know Alanga's struggled at Newcastle, but he was so important to Forest.
Yeah.
Sunderland away, I think they'll get a point in that.
Have they got them beating Forest? Has ChatGPT got them beating Forest?
Yes,
right,
I'm not convinced about that one.
Nope.
They think they'll draw against Brighton at home, Wolves away draw, and Leeds at home win.
That's the thing. See, Wolves and Burnley keep pulling out these upsets. And you see, was it Burnley beat Villa a couple of weeks ago? Was it that one, or was that another team?
Yeah.
Or Wolves beat Villa or something?
No, Burnley beat Palace, didn't they?
Burnley beat Palace.
They were 2-0 down and scored 3 in like 30 seconds or something.
And Wolves have had a couple points here and there where they're trying to upset everyone as much.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, against Liverpool and us.
So there's a couple of things to take from this. Number one is, if you're using ChatGPT for work purposes, use Gemini. It's miles better. There's some mistakes.
Double check your work.
Yeah, there's mistakes all over the gaff here. So before you hand in this kind of research to your boss, please double check it. But I've got to admit, I'm looking at that thinking, that run of fixtures, and I'm thinking, I don't see more than 5 points for this Tottenham team at the moment.
And then you're looking at West Ham. What's the points difference right now? Is there a 1 point between them or 2 between West Ham and Spurs?
2, isn't it? Fix Football Podcast on the nose.
West
Ham have got some tough fixtures. I mean, the next 4 are City at home, Villa at away. But Villa are all of a sudden looking a bit
flaky.
But they're tired, I think. I think they're just...
Yeah.
Emery just doesn't rotate at all, does he? So they're absolutely gassed. Wolves at home, not as much as a tap-in as it used to be, I would say.
No, Wolves are desperate. They're desperate.
I'd still fancy West Ham at home in that one, though.
Yeah.
Palace away. I think Palace... I don't think they have much to play for now, do they? Everton home, Brentford away, Arsenal home. You kind of have it wrapped up by then. Newcastle away, Leeds at home. It is the toughest one.
Interesting. I think we're looking at a last game week scramble, certainly between two clubs, if not three.
So here's who they've all got in the last game. Tottenham have Everton.
Everton still looking for Europe.
They are looking for Europe. Yeah, they are. And it could be up to 9 places again. It's one of those seasons, isn't it? West Ham have Leeds at home.
Massive.
Could be massive for West Ham. I think Leeds will be out of it by then.
I do too.
Forest have Bournemouth at home. That is a favourable last game of the season.
Yeah.
Again, chasing Europe, but
yeah, probably nothing to play for. I don't
think they'll be. I think they're just not quite good enough to get over the line for Europe. Bournemouth. I think they've done
Me too.
They've done a good job because they've sold so many good players, but I don't think they'll be quite in the Europe mix. Leeds,
it's a big one.
We already know that they're playing away at West Ham. So I think Spurs are definitely going down from what I'm reading here.
Massive headline clickbait.
So
news
do you actually think they should have sold Tudor? I mean, not sold, sacked Tudor.
I mean, yeah. I think they needed an instant hit. It was almost a Hail Mary bringing him in for his first game to be against us.
Couldn't have gone worse either, could it? All that hope died quite quickly. You absolutely battered them as well. It wasn't even like...
Yeah. And we were coming off some ropey results.
Oh, it felt beforehand like it could be a...
Drawn with Brentford, drawn with Wolves.
Yeah.
Spurs away was the next fixture, and we're like...
and
they've got a new manager.
The me types in your WhatsApps were lively that week.
It was unbearable. But... yeah, I think they should have sacked him for the next Hail Mary, the last roll of the dice, because you're looking at Sam Allardyce at Leeds at the moment. What did they bring him in with 3 or 4 games left of the season a couple of years ago?
So if it's more than 3 away at Liverpool, so they've got Champions League.
I think he's gone.
They've got Champions League between now, but if they got as well,
they finished 4th in the Champions League group table.
If they got as well, it's a tough one.
What a mad club! They've got Atletico. They need to get rid of that game. They cannot. What is beating Atletico going to do? Or going all out to beat Atletico going to do to get them a semi-final with Barcelona? What is that going to do?
Some tasty Champions League fixtures. There's only you who's got well, I mean, Chelsea probably have some pub team from Kazakh or something.
Chelsea are yet to play anyone of note in the Champions League.
It's actually PSG they've got. I'm saying they've actually got the European champions.
No, I'm very excited about Arsenal's drawing the Champions League.
Yeah, I don't know how you've done that.
Do you know what? We've had some stinking draws in all cup competitions for the last 5 or 6 years, but this year, not just as are we looking stronger when others are looking weak, but we've had a real favour with some of these cup draws.
Oh, 100%. You do need that though.
I'm certain of it. You do.
I mean, unless you're absolutely imperiously the best team in your league, like City have been in these cups for a long time. It does matter who you get in draws, because ultimately, the more 50-50 ties you have to get through, the less likely you are to win it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just how it works.
Yeah. It's just how many times can you roll the dice and get
people will dismiss it with, well, you've got to beat everyone. You've got to beat the best teams if you want to win it. Yeah, but you might not have to either. Like Palace won it last year with they really only played City really in the final.
Yeah. Okay. We'll do one more from the list. But what do you think? Are Spurs gonna be safe?
No.
Let's finish on this.
I don't think safe is the right word. They may stay
All
up.
right. Are Spurs gonna get relegated?
ChatGPT thinks they've got a 12% chance. I put it more at 40.
Yeah, I'm leaning more 60, because I just think West Ham have just hungrier.
I hope so.
Unless Spurs do something daft.
I hope so.
They...
It would be funny. Oh, what I will say though, before we move on, is I admire Spurs' commitment to trying to take away your glory season. Like this is some sacrifice on their part.
If we can't win the league,
to not be the story.
Embarrass.
Yeah, to not be the story of to not give Arsenal their moment of. I think fair play to Spurs, the ultimate sacrifice.
We'll do one more from ChatGPT, and then we'll get the fuck out of here.
Number 9.
If anyone's listening, that is. Number 9. Might end up getting political here. Will the 2026 World Cup expansion work? So this is more focusing on the extra teams. Expected outcome, it will be commercially successful but competitively diluted. Debate angle, is the World Cup about global inclusion or elite competition?
I mean,
that's not a bad one from ChatGPT.
No, and this is one of those things I'm really torn on, to be honest. Because I actually...
Sorry, your mic out.
I'm sorry. It's fallen down, hasn't it? Even the mic sort of drooped its head at that question.
The mic's gone for a nap.
Like the lamp, the Pixar lamp. I'm really conflicted with this. Because I kind of do...
Get off it.
Sorry. I'm trying to make sure it stays up. I'm really conflicted. I always am with this debate. It comes up quite a lot, this, on a lot of the things that I listen to. And I see both sides. Like, I absolutely think that it should be about inclusion. And you look at Cape Verde's qualification, what it means there. Amazing, right? Fantastic. But what I don't like is not necessarily the dilution of competition. It's not so much that. It's when you start meddling with the third places and just to make the numbers work. Yeah. If you were going to expand from, it should be 32 to 64.
Just a, full expansion. Yeah.
But can you do that? Do you have to do it cross continents? I mean, but we're headed towards that, I think. You know, where you maybe have 2 separate competitions at once in 2 different continents. Like
an East and West or whatever, however you do it.
Yeah, like a global World Cup, potentially, where...
I wouldn't like that.
No, I just think...
I know what you're saying, but I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, but you have one in England where the group stage is in England, another group stage is in Brazil, and
we'll
then
be
the semi-finals and finals are in France.
Well, we'll be claiming that we won World Cup Part 1.
The World Cup.
Didn't win.
The World Cup, mine. No, it's one of those, I think you can debate this all day and everyone will understand the pros and cons of each side. Yes, inclusion is great. Will there be some pumpings in this World Cup? Yeah, probably. But should it just be for the elite countries only? Probably not. It's like...
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Do I want it being meddled with to the point of just, is 6 weeks going to feel too long in this World Cup? The World Cup is the best thing ever. It doesn't get better, but I've never left a World Cup thinking that I needed more football from that thing. I loved it at the time. The final is always the natural conclusion. Maybe I won't even notice a difference, really. But do you know what I mean? When the World Cup final comes round, especially because we're never in the fucker, like, we're ready for the break.
Yeah, I think the World Cup does have a natural dilution anyway. That is part of it. The Euros is always a higher standard tournament, in my opinion, than the World Cup.
I think so too, yeah.
So I don't know if you'll notice that either, the dilution, because you're just going to get those games anyway. You're just going to get that, like...
Them thirds and whatever.
Yeah, some like Brazil versus some oceanic Fiji or something.
Panama.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to get that. So it's just like you say, how long it's going to be. Is it too long? Yeah, probably. It's over a massive area as well. Mexico, the US, and Canada. We're not going down that rabbit hole, but and it's over a massive, vast area as well. That's the thing, like, you know, like kickoff times are all over the shop. The heat, but that's, you know, it's part of the World Cup, innit? You play it in different continents. You're going to get that. So I think the biggest issue for me is the third places and the fact that you're kind of shoehorning them in a little bit. for the expansion. But the idea of expansion, I'm not hugely against either.
I sit a little bit with you, but I'm trying to debate for debating's sake at the moment. I actually think ChatGPT's got this one a little bit spot on. So, out of however many we've discussed,
Could hear
it will be.
Yeah, it's one of those debates where you can hear an argument on both sides and you'll agree with both.
But I'm not asked about commercial. Are we asked as fans about commercial success?
No one's talking about
Cup?
that. It's more the idea of it. Will it be a good World Cup? They're always good World Cups.
Yeah, of course they are. All right. The final one, Liam. Can ChatGPT, can AI save football? I'm going to help you. Not right now.
Well, no. I mean, it weren't the best set of answers. They were good topics, I would say.
But we're getting there. And coming up soon, you'll find some more ChatGPT-influenced podcasting. Thank you, everyone, for sticking with us. Those of you who are, please make yourselves known. But like I said, we're trying to build this community. We're trying to have a great time with people and do our best to have that conversation with as many people as possible. And we love doing it. And if you're listening or not, I don't give a shit. But I'd like you to be, because that will make it all worthwhile. Please continue to download and stream my single Dance With Me. It's at MLN the DJ for anything like that. What?
Nothing. I just wondered how many plugs that is now. Like, are we in double figures? I reckon.
Who gives a shit? It's my fucking podcast. I call it the Dance With Me podcast if you don't show.
Is it with a
don't
V
say
or
anything
with
to
a
Liam.
TH?
What?
It's a with. It's with a TH, isn't it?
Dance With Me, yes.
I made I was
Not
like,
a
he's not
child.
put a V, has he?
Goodbye, everyone. Fixitforpodcast.com. Go fuck yourselves.